The second annual Soweto Youth Festival will include a blend of music, sports, arts and workshops. The aim of this festival is to develop a social economy for Soweto by attracting different people with different artistic expressions, creative mindsets, passions and extraordinary fashion perspectives. The event started out on the 14th of June and will run until the 16th at the Protea South Multipurpose Center. We are joined now by co-founder of the event, Mpho Makua, for more. Mpho, it's great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you very much for having me today.
I just want to ask you in generic terms, what does it mean to be a young person in this day and age?
Being a young person in this day and age means more freedom, you know, more responsibilities as young people to kind of like reinvent the whole narrative of being young, you know, and creating platforms for other young people to benefit from.
Now, often you would hear people say, you know, the youth commemorate Youth Day by drinking alcohol and just running amok and causing havoc. Would you say that festivals of this nature take away from the essence of what it means to commemorate June 16, as it were?
Yeah, definitely, because we not only just using this day to kind of like drink, because the whole stereotype around June 16 has always been about drinking. It's a holiday, young people are going out to parks, we're having like negative festivities. But with this platform we've created, which is the Soweto Youth Festival, we're trying to achieve a more confidence driven environment by not having alcohol on June 16, and kind of like start conversations and dialogues around how do we as young people come together and then create solutions for the problems we have as young people.
That's amazing, and also tapping into different creative sides of young people as a means of expression. That's great. The event started on the 14th of June. So just take us through what's been happening and what the response has been like so far.
So day one of the festival is more like the workshops. We're bringing in different industry leaders in the creative game, and we kind of like trying to connect them closer to the young people that need the information, because coming from Soweto, it's very hard for you to kind of like know where exactly to go to get certain information. So we're bringing in industry leaders that we have connections with through our work, and they kind of like come into the spaces and they're starting conversations with young people. Young people can kind of like ask questions in terms of what they need to do to kind of like unlock the beast in them. So we're using that day one as a platform to create conversations around how do we start as young people. And then day two was the sports day. Yeah, it's more about you know, Soweto has always been known for sports, good soccer players, like a lot of positive sporting people come from Soweto. So now, as day and age, everyone wants to be a rapper, everyone wants to be like a creative person. So that day two takes us away from the whole creativity and brings us in more sporting codes, and we create a one-ball tournament. One-ball is one of the township
way of playing
street soccer, you know what I mean? So we try to coin it and make it more presentable and kind of like bring it, because a lot of young people interact like that. You know, we're using that sports day as an opportunity for us to reconnect, rebuild relationships with people that we once had relationships with, but not drinking alcohol. So day three is more of the music experience. We're getting more young people that have helped shape the youth music elements of South Africa to come and kind of like donate a performance to the kids that have been in the space, and like the kids always see them on TV, they look up to them as role models. So having them in the space and doing what they love, it's kind of like motivating them, having like positive messages around how do we then use our influence as artists to help start this conversation and take it forward.
And I'm going to talk about the concert just in a second, but I want to touch on the street culture exhibition. What was showing at the exhibition? So
the street culture exhibition is today. So we have a number of streetwear local brands that will be exhibiting at the space, and it's kind of like to show also young people that there is young brands that are actually doing good work out here, and with the support of young people, it can help create that revenue stream for up and coming clothing brands.
And who are some of those brands?
We bring in the whole Coke Threads projects. Coca-Cola did a collaboration for different labels in the country to kind of like help create that whole perspective of how does Coke exist in the territory. So it's SGOD, which is a brand that we co-own as well. So Rich Mnisi, Meili, We have some stock from Tubop. We have some stock from Squad Girls Club, SGOD. Super Schoon guys will be coming in later. Yeah, it's just a list of them. But yeah, we basically, as young people, trying to exist in one space and kind of like help influence the whole conversation.
And using collaboration
to kind of like enforce and build, because everything happens as a unit. Like, there's nothing that was made by one person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on the concert perspective, who can we expect to see on the lineup?
I mean, you know, the whole stereotype about females being dominated by males, and you know, we firmly believe that women like are like, you know, are the people that actually give life to everything.
I'm seeing Gigi
so
Lamaine there.
We wanted to headline with like females this time around, and kind of like give the girls some power, you know, because everything is just male dominated, but we just want to make sure that we also using this platform to empower and start different conversations. So we can expect Boiti, Nadia Nakai, Gigi Lamaine, Stilo Makolite, Jobe Landa, and some of the artists from the local, from Soweto, that are actually doing good. Kila Kao, OGs like my Mugs, G-Snap from Uptown. It's just a whole lot of them, and proper DJs coming down for this one.
I love the fact that it is just so diverse, that lineup. So lastly, what can people look forward to when they come through today, and are there still tickets? How do people get a hold of last minute tickets, or is
well, we sold out on our tickets that we had for the weekend pass. So today in the morning we opened up like 500 extra tickets for people to register at the gates. If they're coming down online, it's also open, but they can look forward to basically existing in a space where forward-thinking young people will be at, and I'm expecting people to come there and network with other young people, and let's kind of like get into this whole mix of how do we as young people come up with solutions to solve our problems, because we can't expect the government to understand how we feel at the bottom. So when we're at the bottom, we need to connect, have some solid structure as young people that we can take forth to the government and say, yo, this is us, this is what we're trying to do. And I feel like they can listen like that.
Absolutely. Tell the government, yo. Thank you very much, Mpho.
Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure having you today. This event is for the youth to come alive and celebrate being young and having to meet up with like-minded individuals. And of course, there is no alcohol there whatsoever. So sober minds all around. We just spoke to the co-founder of the event, Mpho Makua. I will now cross